Hi class, my name is Lauren. I am here to share my intro to instructional design project. I created a short PowerPoint for everyone to see, kind of laid out a few of the responses to the questions on the submission form. And then I also created a short video. I made this in Powtoon, and this is actually something with a few tweaks that I'll make to it we'll use for my learners in the actual e-learning module. So let me switch my screen so you all can see. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so my project idea is to develop an online training module for staff at OSU Wexner Medical Center and how to use dashboards and reports in IHIS. So the theory that I am kind of leaning towards as I'm developing this project is cognitive learning theory. So this is where the learner is an active participant. They can process, construct their own understanding based on what they know previously and any experience that maybe they've had in the system. So I decided to go with this approach rather than doing like a behavioral learning theory, because I really want the learner to not just receive the information, but have the opportunity to think about it and do something with it and formulate their own opinion. So I'll be designing this content for a variety of staff with various levels of prior knowledge. So I have nurses, I have providers that have kind of their own idea and understanding of the dashboards that they can look at in IHIS. So it's really important that I start kind of at that base level using Bloom's taxonomy and then work my way up. Again, as I mentioned, the learners not only receive the information, but they have the opportunity to process, to kind of discover it on their own and develop their own opinions and ideas. And I really plan on using this theory and the e-learning module by kind of creating exercises where the participant can complete it on their own. So rather than me just telling them what to do, like click here, click there, they'll have the chance to practice the workflow and kind of discover how the system works on their own after I've given them a little guided instruction. So the instructional design model, I kind of talked about this a little earlier, is Bloom's taxonomy. So Bloom's taxonomy, it describes essential abilities needed to recall information that has been taught. Once you get to the highest level or the top of the pyramid, it describes the learner's ability to take what has been taught, they can analyze it and use it to create and evaluate on their own. An example of how a participant would do this through this e-learning module is really kind of showing how they would use a dashboard or how they would use a report in IHIS to enhance patient care. And kind of as our speaker talked about yesterday, it's really hard in the e-learning world to get to this level. And that's something I haven't figured out quite yet, how I'm going to get to the top of Bloom's taxonomy. But I do know that this model is appropriate for what I'm looking to teach. So each new point within the module that I'll be doing is introduced by previous knowledge that they've already acquired. So what that means is you start out the course at kind of that basic level of remembering, understanding, and then you build on skills and abilities as you continuously get further along. And then learning materials are divided into appropriate stages and taught in a logical order. So this just really takes into the account of not teaching someone at the top of Bloom's taxonomy or basically having them create a dashboard or analyze a report if they haven't been taught the basics of that. Here's a picture of Bloom's taxonomy. This is kind of just an overview of kind of how I will lay out basically my content. So starting at the bottom with remembering and slowly working my way up. Again, as I said before, kind of that creating, evaluating is a little bit more difficult in the e-learning world. So, it's something that I'm looking to expand on or see how I can implement through an online class. And then this is the Powtoon video I did. So if you stick around for another minute and a half, minute 45, this is actually something that I have already implemented in my real world job. Just kind of creating this actually goes along with one of the other instructional design models of just creating and grabbing that attention from a learner. And I can play that for you here. So that is my Powtoon. As I said, actually our speaker yesterday talked about Powtoon and how it's really a great tool to create short kind of just videos to create excitement on something.